Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So let us use our friend Black Adam to be able to show you not at all the video I was planning to make, but last time when I realized that we actually had access to our lair, I thought that that's what we're going to do today. There's still a lot of people who don't quite understand how the lair works, how to get their lair, how to get new styles for their lair, or even how the armories works in their lair. So we'll try to answer at least some of those questions today. So roughly once you reach, from what I understand, it's once you reach level 9. If I got it at the level 8, I never noticed it. But I assume since there's a 9 next to it, it's probably once I reach level 9 that I got access to this mission. So once you reach level 9, doesn't matter if you're a hero or villain, the level is what actually matters. So you get a new mission that is called Home is Where Your Base Is. Eons ago, you had to go like to the Hall of Doom first or to the Watchtower first, do a whole bunch of missions, and then you would get this mission. Nowadays, it would seem that as soon as you reach level 9, you have access to the mission. So let's do that. So we click on the mission, and basically what it did is that it gave us 2 styles. So there are 2 styles that you get completely for free that everyone, as far as I can tell, get access to. There's a few other things though, like there's the lair system that sadly, if you want to have access to it, you will have to purchase it. But right now, you do have access to 2 lairs. You have access to the Gothic lair or the Deco lair. So let's consume those 2 lairs.
Yep,
Oh, I have a few styles.
Now that you have a theme for your base, you need to get a deed. These are used to actually grant base ownership and select a location for the entrance.
So once you have your 2 lairs, you go back to your journal, and you see it will give you a deed. Like you can see here, if I can go, I can't go there. I'm so sad. So you can see there's a deed right there that we can have. Oh, actually, the menu freezes when I get there. So, anyways, so you can see there's a deed right there that we'll get as soon as we click on the Homestead mission. So let's do that. And you even have the little hints for the hideouts. So let's go to our inventory. So here we got the little deed. The deed will give us access to 1 lair. We will be able to have 1 lair with this character. If we want to have more than 1 lair, we can have up to 4 lairs for our characters. The deed we have here gives us access to 1 lair. If we want to have the other 3 lairs that our character can have access to, we will have to go to the marketplace and we will have to purchase a deed. Let's show it to you just so that it's crystal clear. So you can see in base items, there are a whole bunch of lairs that you can purchase. There's even some pets you can purchase for your lairs. What we're interested right now is the deed. So you can see right now the deed costs 270 marketplace cash. And that's because I'm a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, you get 10% off from items in the marketplace. If you're not a subscriber, it'll cost you $3 per deed. So if you want to purchase 1 deed, it costs you $3, and then it will allow you to have an additional base. You can purchase up to 3 deeds, because once you have 4 bases, you cannot have more than 4 bases. We're not going to purchase a deed because I don't really need it. So let's go back to our inventory. So once we do get the deed, we have to click on the deed, and then it will give us an access to the lairs we have right now. With this character, actually, let's go back a bit. So let's go back to the marketplace. On this account, I pretty much purchased every single bases that there is. Let's go back a bit more. As you can see, I purchased a whole bunch of stuff, but right now what we're interested in is the lairs and the base items. So you can see I purchased the Eastern Lair, so I can redeem it. I purchased the Sewer Lair. I purchased the Penthouse Lair, the Bunker Lair, the Tech Lair, the Industrial Lair, the Ancient Lair, the Cave Lair. So one of you guys were asking me about the Cave Lair. So as you can see, I purchased that. And also I purchased the amenities for our lair. There's a bunch of amenities we can have in our lair. Mailboxes, the bank, the broker, the R&D station, the respec station, the teleporter, and the sparring target. and the R&D vendor, and the sorter vendor. If you don't want to purchase those amenities, you can also get them for free in the game. In the game, there are collections you can gather to be able to get those amenities. I made videos about each amenity, so if you look through my videos, actually I even have a playlist with a whole bunch, with pretty much all my lairs and all the amenities. So just look at that playlist if you need more information. And let's see what else we can take right now. And one of you guys was asking, he purchased the Speech 4 Spectrum style eons ago. Basically, that's where you can go to redeem it. So we have the Brainiac Lair, and there's also the Atlantis Lair. I don't remember seeing. There it is, the Atlantean Lair. So those two are bigger and are bigger than the rest of the lair. Now let's collect the obsidian material. So before I consume the deed, I will consume all the lairs I have. That way I'm going to be able to show them to you. There is one lair that I'm still missing, the dive. Sadly, I'm going to have to be in my lair to be able to get the dive. Nothing I can do about that. So let's consume also the amenities. And I'm not going to consume the material, I'll give it to one of my other characters. So once I've done all that, well, I should have stayed in the menu. So now I can click on the deed, and you can see now I have access to all my lair themes. So in this case, let's go quickly through all of them. So you have the tech lair, the ancient lair, the sewer lair, the eastern lair, the gothic lair, bunker, the deco lair, the cave lair, the penthouse, the industrial lair, the Brainiac lair, the Atlantean lair, and we're back to the tech lair. For our friend Black Adam, we'll take the ancient lair, and we'll take it in Metropolis, I think. Actually, let's take it in Gotham. And we'll take it around, we'll take it right here if we can. We can't. So sad. So let's take our lair right here. Not sure why it did not want to work. We should be able to select it. We have more than enough cash. There we go. Not sure why it didn't want to work. So creating our lair will consume our deed. So let's say yes.
Congratulations. You are now a bona fide bad guy with a base. Head there now, and we can take a little tour.
So let's enter our lair.
This is your mainframe, the nerve center of your lair. You can use it to gain access to powerful tools like orbital strikes, henchmen, and powerful equipment mods. Your mainframe's power is maintained here as well, so be sure to keep it up so you can access the more powerful features. This is your dispenser, where you'll pick up the items that you've chosen in the mainframe, such as communicators for your henchmen and orbital strikes. Finally, this is your base's control panel. It's used to enter decoration mode, alter some of the colors of your base, and for other diabolical purposes.
So let's go into our journal and complete our mission. So once we click on this, it will give us our first 3 base items. But actually, before we do that, let's do something else. So I showed you how you can redeem all your lairs from the marketplace. I showed you also the 2 lairs you are given completely for free as you click on the mission. There is one other lair that you can actually get right here. So you can see this is here the dive hideout. It's a smaller version of the lairs. It's actually a smaller lair. Let's see if I can show it to you. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show it to you right now, but let's click on the dive. So we have added the dive to our lair. Normally I should be able to show it to you through here a little bit. So normally you can relocate your base. If somehow you're not happy that where you put your base, you can relocate it. But I think you have to wait 1 hour before you can do that. So let's see if we can do that. So basically, if you relocate your lair, you will have to wait 1 hour before you can do it again. But here you can see I have the dive, the tech lair. So again, I could choose the I can't scroll the camera. So again, I could choose to select another type of layer, and I could choose another location for those layer. But we're not going to do that. So let's go into decoration mode. Actually, before I do that, let's go into home sweet home. So we will get our very first 3 base items. So let's collect those. So the game gave us the decorative hanging lamp. Let's consume it. The classic dinner clock and the old layer granite coffee table. So these
Now
are the
that you've added
first
the
3 base
items to your
items.
base inventory, use the control panel to enter decorator mode.
So now we have to use the control panel. When they talk about the control panel, they talk about the little panel next to the entrance of your lair. Also, that's where you can see there's the emblem that I chose for my character at character creation. So you can also set the emblem that you want for your character right here. There are a few things like there's a few drapes that you guys saw me use in videos where you see emblems on the walls. That is also where you set up the emblem. It's the very same
While
emblem
in
basically set
decorator
up here.
mode, you can place your items at the appropriate markers. While most base items are just for show, there are amenities you can acquire that have very specific functions like bank, mail, and broker access. However, amenities can only be placed at specific markers. Once you have filled up enough markers, you will unlock free placement mode and be able to place base items almost anywhere. That's the gist of it. I'm sure you'll figure out even more tricks to your base. Have fun decorating. Remember, make it evil. And don't forget to try placing those items.
So as calculator said, at first you have to put your items within those blue circles until you unlock free placement mode. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see like markers to unlock free placement modes, 0 out of 20. So until we actually place 20 items, we have no choice. We have to put those items within those circles. Let's show you. Like if I try to place it here, obviously it doesn't work. So we have to place it in the circles. We have no choice. So let's put that here. So let's put a little table here. So as you can see, it's 2 out of 20. And let's put the lamp here. So it's 3 out of 20. So once we manage to place 20 base items, then we are going to be able to put items anywhere we want. And you can see there's also purple. So there's blue circles where you can put your base items, and there's purple circles where you can put your amenities. So usually here I'll put my teleporter. For the teleporter, sadly, you have no choice. You have to buy it from the marketplace. I guess you could buy it from the loyalty vendor if you play on PS4 and if you have loyalty points. To get loyalty points, you have to be a subscriber, and every month they give you 500 loyalty points. So here we'll put the mailbox. So we'll put the bank here. You don't have to do what I do. It's just that's where I've learned to place those items because also I have a lot of layers. So if I put the items anywhere, I get kind of lost from one layer to the other. When I switch characters, it can get kind of confusing. So I try to put my items at the same place, no matter which character I play. So that way, I don't waste time looking around for my amenities. I know exactly where they are. And as you can see, you can place up to 10 amenities. Technically, we only have 9. Even if we purchase all the amenities in the marketplace, there's only 9 amenities. But if you do get some of the free amenities you can get by gathering the collections, then you could have 10 amenities. We thought at some point that maybe they would add more amenities in the future. It didn't happen just yet. So here we go. So all our amenities are placed. So let's get out of here. So we finished placing our amenities. So let's click here. So now we're going to place our armory. We get 1 free armory. But after that, if you want to have any more armories, you have to purchase them. You have no choice. So let's consume our free armory. And same as any base items, we have to place it. Again, at first, we have to place it in one of those blue circles. But eventually, if we unlock free placement mode, we're going to be able to place it anywhere we like. So and again, if you want to have more armories, you have to go to the marketplace. So we have to go to base items, and then you see all the layers, and then you can see the armories. It's either 450, well, $5 if you're not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, it's 450, or 1620 if you purchase a pack of 4 armories. There used to be an 8-pack armory, but somehow they removed it at some point. And you can see all the amenities you can purchase. There's a bunch of base items you can purchase. So there are base items you can get in the game. There's some base item you can purchase, but there are some base items, sadly, that like the Bat computers, you can only get them from the marketplace. The same with the Batcave trophies, the DC base items. And yeah, so here again, you can see the diverse amenities. Oh, there's the splash pack also that you can purchase from the marketplace. And you can get up to 16 armories total. So let's see if we have another message. So, okay. Oh, lock and load. So let us imprint our character. Actually, before we do that, let's see if we have a skill point. Oh, no skill points. Oh, so sad. So let's imprint our armory. So at first, you just imprint it. And then when you go into your armory, you'll see all the items that you've imprinted. And there's a few things also with the armory. Like there's an imprint menu. You can imprint everything. You can just imprint the appearance, just imprint the trades and loadout, just imprint the equipment, or just imprint the title. And the same to activate it. You can activate everything, just activate the appearance, trade loadout, equipment, title, and so on. You can rename your armory. In this case, we'll call it DPS. So normally I would have one DPS armory, and then my next armory I would make, in this case I would create a healer armory. But I'm not going to do that with this character. And change icon. So you can choose a different icon for your armory. Let's go for this one. Actually, let's go for the lightnings. So when you go into your menu, so this is R2 and L2. So you do R2 and L2 together, and then you get access to the menu. Then you can activate your armory. Obviously, we just have the one right now, so it doesn't really matter. So now we have to use the generator located in our base. So let us do that. I'm taking the long way around just to make sure that people understand what's going on. So this is the generator that we have in our base. It can be used for a few things. Here you can see the various builds for the armory. So this is basically the D-pad where we can put armories. So we go L1, L2, and R2, and then we press the D-pad to be able to place to activate our armory, and we can decide to put it elsewhere. So for now, we'll just leave it there. So if I had multiple armories, I could select 4 of those armories. Like if I had 16 armories, I would see all my 16 armories in available builds. And I could select 4 of those in the equipped build. And also here's the power level. And at this point it doesn't really matter, but eventually we should be able to activate it to be able to use items in our mainframes or even our mods. If we have various mods, we will have to activate the power cells in order to be able to activate the mods. Right now, obviously we don't have any of those, so it doesn't really matter. So now that we've done that, let's complete our mission. And let's go back again. And that seems to be pretty much it for our lair. So let's take just a minute to talk about the mainframe. Sadly, in order to be able to use the mainframe, you'll see the mainframe has the accomplice, the henchman, the orbital strikes, the supply drops, and the tactical mods. Here, the accomplice is called the accomplice, but if you play a hero character, it's actually a sidekick. So heroes call it sidekick, villains call it accomplice, and the same with the henchman. Villains call it henchman, heroes call it backup. So if you look into your mainframe and you're a hero, instead of henchman, you will see backup. And in order to be able to unlock those, you will need source marks. So you can say accomplice 1 costs 5 source marks, then costs 20 source marks for accomplice 2. And then there's a verse boost that you have to pay 7 source marks. So the accomplice, it starts at 5 source marks. You can see the henchman, it's 10 source marks, but then it's 25 source marks for the orbital strikes, 25 source marks for the supply drop, and 25 source marks for the tactical mods. And here you have the various boosts. Again, the boosts last for 60 days and you have to pay 7 source marks. So every 60 days you have to come back and you have to activate the boost. So basically you have to activate the generators, the various, you have to activate the cells. And even if you activate the cells, you also have to activate the boost for everything to work properly. I made a whole bunch of videos about that, but I thought it would be a good idea for if somehow you did not see those videos. And let's take a final look at our control panel. So you can see we can enter decoration mode from here. But there's a few things also we can do. So once we're into decoration mode, we can open the color menu, L1. And from there, we could decide to change the emblem. Here, the lightning bolt is the only emblem we have. And we could also change the colors of our layer. There's, like you can see at the bottom of the pillar, there's like some yellow. So if we were to change, let's say the yellow here for blue, you can see that the color changed. But we're not going to change it. And some of the other options we have, like as I mentioned, we can relocate our base. We just did that, so we won't do that. And sadly, I can't show you the volcano layer with this character because I don't have it. But again, I made videos with all the layers. So just look at my videos. I have a playlist actually with all the layers and all the amenities as well. And also, so we could rename our base. I personally like to put an M or a G at the start of the name to know if my base is in Gotham or in Metropolis. It may seem a bit silly, but I have like a lot of characters and a lot of bases, so it can get a bit confusing. So in this case, we'll try to call it M Stormlord. Well, let's see if it works out. Sometimes there's names that we just can't use. Actually, it worked. And we could decide to pick up our base items. And technically, if we go into decoration mode, we can pick up base items one at a time. What if somehow we decided one day that we hate our lair, we want to change it and change everything, then we would just need to go into pick up all base items. We would go to pick up base items, and it would pick up all the base items in our lair all at once. And we change the name of our lair, so let's show you our new name. Actually, I just realized I made a mistake. My first idea was to make our lair into Metropolis. I ended up making it in Gotham. If we look on the map, so you can see where we are in Gotham, just south of Robinson Park. So let's go back inside. And let us change the name of our lair to G Stormlord. So there we go. So I hope I covered everything. If not, I'm sure you guys will have questions about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. And that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.